So I'm Tuomas Tammela. I'm a postdoc in Tyler Jax's lab, and I work on mouse models of cancer. This image is a pretty good example of what scientists call tumor-stroma interactions. What this means is tumors are not only composed of cancer cells, but there are actually very abundant and different types of normal tissue cells that the cancer uses to survive, to spread, or metastasize. So what we would ideally like to do is to find ways that help us kill those blood vessels that not only provide nutrients and oxygen to the cancer, but also act as highways for the tumor cells to spread and metastasize into distant organs within the body. So the story behind this image was a scientific question of how cancer cells, when injected into the lung, survive, and whether they're able to initiate their own, the growth of their own vasculature. In this image, we can see two processes ongoing. First of all, cancer cells are invading towards the right to the very vascularized region. You can also see the red blood vessels extending and growing towards the left because of chemical signals that are produced by the cancer cells to attract the endothelial cells that make up the blood vessels. And this leads to the construction of new blood vessels and a new blood vascular supply to the tumor. The next stage in this experiment was to look at a more advanced mouse model of cancer that actually behaves and begins and evolves in a similar way as a human tumor would. And it turns out the blood vasculature of these tumors is actually very different. Instead of inducing the growth of new blood vessels, these tumors, at least in the earlier stages, merely utilize pre-existing blood vasculature. And that actually makes targeting those tumors with antivascular agents very difficult. I really like this image because it shows, even though it's a still image, it almost seems like there's a lot of movement and activity of not only the cancer cells that are invading and also dividing and growing very fast, but on the other hand, you can also see these blood vessels that sprout and invade, and they're clearly in the process of being built.